Well, that was a movie. Monster Seafood Wars. So the story is this young scientist is bringing a sacrifice to a temple of some seafood, and his rival puts a chemical they've been working on onto the seafood, and they grow into kaiju. Now, this was billed as a comedy, but it was not very funny until almost the end. The monster suits were pretty cheap, but they were, supposed to be a comedy. The problem is the majority of the film was like interviews. And I get that this was a bit of a low budget film, but it was like they were interviewing people and they were talking about stuff. And then when they finally, have an idea about how to fight the first two kaiju that show up, which are a giant squid and a giant octopus, they're like, we'll hit them with vinegar cannons. Um, and then when they then the crab monster shows up and they start fighting. The crab monster cuts off parts of the other monsters' bodies, and everybody starts eating them, and they're like, "This is the best food we've ever had," and it's just my goodness, it was a very long, short film. We'll say it was only in like an hour and 20 minutes, but it took a long time, um, and it was not very good at all. No, um, the only part that really kind of got me chuckling was towards the end when they had a giant robot show up to fight the other monsters, and the giant robot was called Jumbo Chef, and it was like a cross between Jet Jaguar and Ultraman, but as a chef. And it even had the blinking light for when the timer is about to run out. That part was funny, but going through about 50 minutes of a movie or more before Jumbo Chef shows up, uh, no, I was not really all that impressed. I mean, if it was funnier and did less time with these like cutaways for interviews, I think it would have been a better film. But other than that, it was an okay movie, but not a great movie. And if you want to watch something goofy, just I guess skim through it to get to the points where the monsters do show up because they're not in the movie all that much. Um, like I said, I think it was a bit of a low budget film and it was okay, but not the best movie I've seen.